We are under the red flag after two separate but related scary accidents out heading into turn number 2 in the back straightaway. We heard from Kurt Busch a minute ago. Mike Massaro's with Elliott Sadler now. Mike.
And Alan, Elliott Sadler took a very heavy lick, just walked out of the care center. How are you?
Actually, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm a little sore, I think, from where the belts grabbed me. It knocked the breath out of me pretty good, but definitely the hardest hit I've ever had in a race car. But, you know, these new cars are built to be safer, and, you know, if I can get out of that and walk through that, I think, you know, it did its job. So not sure what happened. I know some guys got spun out or moved around up in front of us, and I saw some smoke, and everybody started checking up. I checked up. Whoever was behind me did not run in the back of us and knock me down through the grass. So not the day we wanted to have with the U.S. Ford, but it's just a tough day.
After the day you had yesterday, how do you put this in perspective?
Yesterday was a great day, and it's still a great weekend, and it was so cool. All my guys on my 19 car and everybody from U.S. Air Force and Stanley and Coca-Cola and everybody called me and congratulated me yesterday, and that was a great win for us. So, you know, I messed up today, spun on the front stretch, and my team didn't give up, and we were fighting our way back to it and just didn't make it to the end. So I'm just glad I'm okay. I'm glad that my team at home do a good job building safe race cars.
We're glad you're okay, too.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Mike.
Elliott Sadler walking away in good spirits after taking a very heavy lick. Alan?
That is certainly wonderful to hear those words from his mouth after watching this hit.
This is just,
oh my goodness.
Let's take a look at this one more time. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I mean, you talk about, Brad, how safe these cars are. That's amazing. These new seats are used now, and the belt systems. To take a wreck like that and just walk away and then do an interview.
Yeah, and you see him here, and he's, you know, he's had the breath knocked out of him. He's trying to get his air, and ribs are probably a little bit sore from those belts grabbing him, and the seat hugging him. But look at that thing is shortened up 4 foot. Look at the left front tire is basically at the firewall, and that is an incredible impact. I'm looking at that area on the racetrack, and I'm trying to figure out why that wall juts out like that. It just doesn't make any sense as you sit there and look at it. You get off the racetrack and get into that sod, get into the grass, and that thing is just sticking out, waiting to be hit, Rusty.
Well, I think that there's many racetracks that get updated, and this is one of them. Obviously, that'll happen to. But you know, Brad, going back to Elliott for a second. I mean, I've been in this position a bunch where you get hit so hard, you get out, knocks the breath out again. You're able to crawl out of the car, then you immediately get so dizzy you can't even move, and you sit back down, get your bearings straight. And Alan, that is probably one of the tough in a long time.
Oh, yeah. The heaviness of the side, sideways and front, the forward motion and so on.
I'd like to ask you, as you see that engine laying out there, a lot of people think, how in the world can an engine actually get ripped out of a car like that? These engines have about 4 mounting points. Maybe you could point them out where they're located at, and how that can possibly happen, because it's about, what is it, 3/8 bolts that actually hold the engine in. It can be sheared off pretty easy.
Yeah, Rusty, you know, the engines are bolted in, but all the devices that are attached to the engine helps make it a structure of the car is really strong. But when that engine gets pitched out, I mean, I've seen Ricky Rudd hit the wall at Martinsville in a test, and the engine was literally setting back here at the windshield. But there again, Jeff Gordon hit the wall in Las Vegas. That was very devastating. The only crash I've ever seen that comes close to that was Don McTavish at Daytona when he hit gate 7 off turn 4, and that was devastating also.
All right, Tim, thank you. So a little look at some of the safety equipment and some thoughts of the past. You see NASCAR and some of the track officials back there looking at that inside guardrail.